I talk about the importance of budgets all the time, so here's another budget app review. It's for an app called Spending Tracker Budget App. My favorite part about it is on my home screen, the app is literally just titled Budget. All right, let's open it up. So I already set up my first budget ledger. As far as I can tell, I think it's just a certain type of budget. So you can have a personal ledger, you can have a business ledger. Shoot, you could create a vacation ledger. Yeah, those are the most practical ones that I can think of. I called mine the burger ledger. But when you open up the app, it's gonna ask you for the name of your ledger. That's where you name it. And then it comes to this. This page is not going to be as populated as mine is because you can actually add in categories that you want. In this case, I added in insurance, lifestyle, transportation, housing, food and drink, and salary. And you can add other categories by going here to the right, settings, tapping on category manager, and then just adding in an expense category. So let's just say giving. Within that, you can choose the icon. Let's choose a watermelon. And we can set a budget. So if we can always change the amount that we budget in a category, but if you're just starting out, then just take a guess and then you can modify as time progresses and you have a couple months of budgeting under your belt. Let's say $500. And then under subcategories where you can create basically your budget line items. So within giving, we might want to give to, say, church. We might want to create a gift giving fund for all those birthdays and anniversaries and whatever else, Christmas. And let's just say some other nonprofit. Can't spell non apparently. I forgot to tap the check. There we go. For $500 monthly budget, save. Now when we go back, we hit home and on our main page, we've got a giving category as well. Now this is something that's really simple when you want to add a transaction to your ledger. Let's say you bought a $25 birthday gift for someone. Let's go to giving. Here at the bottom, it shows how much we have budgeted for our giving category, so $500. And when we type in 25, it's gonna show us how much we have left, which is a nice visual reminder. Then we can tap here on gift giving to signify the subcategory of it. Then all we have to do is change the date if we have a date that we want to change it to. Let's say we bought it today. We'll confirm. And you can swipe over to the right to create a recurring charge if you want, or modify some other settings, including creating tags and notes. We'll come back to account later. Let's tap the check mark. Now it shows that we've spent $25 in giving so far, and that also added to our monthly expenses total here at the top, $1,050. Let's say we just got back from the gas station. Let's go into transportation to add our expense. Again, let's just say $500 to make it easy. Check. Now let's say this gas run was $40. Now it shows that we have $460 left in our transportation category, and let's hit the check mark. Now it shows that we've spent $40 within transportation. Now before we get too far into the transactions, I'm going to show you here at the bottom in the account how we can create accounts and link those to certain transactions. Now this is showing your net worth. So if you put in all your accounts, then it should in theory actually show your net worth. Let's add account. Let's say it's a checking account and we'll just say it's Fifth Third. Last four digits, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's say we have $2,000 in our Fifth Third account. You can also change some other things like when the account started, whatever. Let's just hit confirm. Let's add another debit account. Let's say Discover. 4321. And the balance is $400. Let's confirm. Now it shows that our net worth is $400 and $2,000, so $2,400. And let's add one more account. Let's say a credit card account. American Express. Let's pretend that the amount owed is $600. You can change your due date and everything. We'll just leave that. confirm. So that's going to give us our total net worth of $1,800, which is our debit minus our credit. Now what I like is when we go back to home, if we want to add in a lifestyle transaction, let's say it's a subscription, $10 for Netflix, we tap subscription, since that's our subcategory that I already added. You can always add more subcategories by pressing this plus sign. And we're expecting this to not come out today, but let's say it's coming out this Thursday, April 20th. Confirm. And we're actually going to tap on account here in one of the yellow buttons. And we're going to choose where we want this amount to actually come out of. So let's say it comes out of Discover. Now, if we tap check. Now, if we go back to account, Discover is still going to show $400, but that's only because the $10 isn't coming out of the Discover account until this Thursday. So in the future, we can go back to home. Let's create an insurance expense. Let's say it's a $25 copay. We're going to choose our copay subcategory, and then let's choose the account from Fifth Third. We're going to make this transaction happen today, and when we tap the check mark, then when we go back to accounts, it's showing that our Fifth Third account now has $25 less, so $1,975. I really like this feature because it links all of your transactions to specific accounts. So with Bailey and I, what we use on a regular basis for our budgeting is EveryDollar, and we track all of our transactions, but the thing that I don't like is sometimes we use one debit card, sometimes we use a different debit card. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of which bank account we use for what expenses. This is awesome because you can just add in all your accounts, link each transaction to a different account, and then it gives you a real update on what that account looks like. Now, if we go back to our home, let's put in one more transaction for food and drink. Let's say we went out and spent $50 on dinner, and we used the American Express card. So right here you can see that we budgeted $60 for our restaurant food and drink, and we are $15 over budget. But sometimes that happens, and that's when you can go change your budget for future months or change your spending. Let's say this happened yesterday, so the 15th. Let's tap the check. And now when we go to accounts, it actually shows that we owe $650 on our credit card instead of $600. Like I said, I really like this feature because it adds in all the transactions associated to specific accounts. Now, if we go over to transactions, we can see a full calendar with the amount that we've spent on different days during the month, as well as all of the month's transactions going back in chronological order. You can also tap on any day and put in a transaction for that specific day. So I'm gonna say that we actually are adding in salary. Let's say we get paid about $1,000 a week. We're gonna say salary for our subcategory. We're gonna put in the account that it's getting added to. Let's say that our direct deposit is set up with our Fifth Third account. And we're actually gonna make this recurring. Now, the thing about this is you do need premium to create recurring transactions as well as some other stuff. It's not very expensive. It's like $9 one-time expense. It also gave me the option for a sale price of $5 for lifetime access. Pretty reasonable if you're going to be using this. I would probably just go with the premium subscription. So we're not actually going to make that a recurring transaction, but you can if you have premium. Let's put a check mark, and we're going to put in one more salary transaction of $1,000. It's going to automatically choose Fifth Third Bank. I'm going to use salary and do a check mark. Now, it's important to note that it's not actually going to see that $2,000 that we just added in there until the days that the transactions were actually associated with the account. So it's still showing $1,975 in our Fifth Third account because we haven't gotten to those paydays yet. But the transactions that you know are coming, you can add in there. So bills, other expenses, obviously your salary, add that in there, and it'll show you real time how much money you have coming in during the month as well as how much you have going out. Huge fan of the transactions feature. So within Premium, you do get unlimited number of ledgers, categories, subcategories. So right now I can only have one ledger because I don't have Premium. You can also share a ledger with a partner or a spouse or someone. And you can do the recurring transactions that I already talked about, as well as you can protect your budget by using some sort of password or touch or face ID. Then of course, within the transactions feature, you can also tap stats here at the bottom, and it can show you the transactions that you have throughout the month and what those categories fit into. So down here, we can see that we've spent, say, 85% on housing. And if you go down further, it'll give you a visual representation of your different accounts, the amount of money that you have coming in versus the expenses that you have going out. Now let's go to savings. Within savings, you can create different funds. So here's free saving, which allows you to create a saving goal you want without any limitations. And circle savings. So this is for recurring savings. If you're saving for a vacation or whatever, and you're putting $200 a month into that, then you can create a circle savings. Let's just do that. Vacation. And we're gonna use what icon? Boat. We'll just say it's a cruise. Obviously water colored. We're saying our starting money is $0. We're saying our target is $2,000. Our source account is gonna be Fifth Third because that's where our direct deposit is going into. We'll skip the destination account. And the savings cycle, daily seems kind of excessive. Let's just say monthly. And our default amount will be $200. So it'll take us 10 months to save for it. Start date, today. End date. Oh, let's see, 10 months from now, we'll say we're going on a cruise in February of 2024. Confirm. Now, if we tap on this, it shows us the amount of money in each month. On May 1st, it's going to save $200 from our Fifth Third account into the vacations fund. Same June, July, all the way to February 1st. Let's go down. Let's tap another plus and do a free saving goal. Let's say it's for a vehicle. And we're gonna say our start money is $0. Our target money, because we're saving for a Corvette, is probably $100,000. Don't tell Bailey. And our source account is again Fifth Third. We're gonna say our start date is today. And our end date is about, oh gosh, let's see, 50 years from now. So the only real difference between these two savings funds is that one of them asks you how much you want to save on a regular basis and the other one doesn't. So if you want to go into the vehicle savings, then you can just tap how much you want to save. Let's say we're gonna save $1,000, confirm. Now we have $1,000 saved for our vehicle fund. If we go into accounts, it now shows $1,000 less in our Fifth Third account, so $975. Overall, really simple to use the savings funds, and I'm a big fan. If you've watched any of my other budget app reviews, then you know how much of a fan I am of the savings funds. Last thing, if we jump over to settings, then we can change various things within our budget app. So the ledger, we can add ledgers if we want. Of course, that means that you have to have Premium. Categories, budget. Within budget, you can actually modify each of the budget categories very easily. Like food and drink, clearly we overspent on that. So let's bump that up to $100. Of course, we have to make sure that we have enough coming in income to pay for that $100. We can change our base currency. We can modify our recurring transactions if we have Premium. And then you can also export and import information as well as do backups of your budget. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a much bigger fan of this app than I thought I would be. It takes a bit to get it set up properly, but after you get the categories and the subcategories added that you want, It's really easy to use though. This app is probably gonna go in my top 5 favorite budget apps, but you'll have to see how they rank in the next budget app showdown. Until then, give this video a like if you found this information helpful, because it really helps my channel. And we'll see you in the new studio. This is probably the last time filming in here. Kind of bittersweet. All right, subscribe right here for more fintech reviews, and check out this video next if you wanna see a breakdown of my favorite budgeting apps and their prices and pros and cons.